Su Nan had hidden her identity and given up her rights as an heiress to marry Fu Yechuan, only to be dismissed as a gold digger. The only reason she could even marry him was to be his on-call blood donor. For 3 years, she endured being treated as a servant for that manipulative White Lotus. She thought her devotion could warm even the coldest heart, but her painstaking efforts to salvage their marriage never earned his love. That day, her phone buzzed with a familiar, soul-crushing notification: go to the hospital to donate blood ASAP. Su Nan stared at the message for a long time, her face void of emotion. Moments later, another text came in, a bank transfer for 500,000 yuan. Scrolling through her chat history, she realized something. In their entire 3-year marriage, every single time Fu Yechuan initiated contact, it was to demand blood donations for Qiao Wanru. To him, she had always been just a stranger. This month alone, she'd been pushed past her physical limits with 3 donations. Just yesterday, she had waited over an hour in the rain for him to pick her up after work. Today, feeling unwell and feverish, she didn't go to the office. Of course, Fu Yechuan didn't notice or care. As she hesitated over how to reply, a new, unknown text shattered her last shred of pride and determination. Even if you're Mrs. Fu, it's just for show. You shamelessly held on to that title for 3 years, but has Fu Yechuan ever even looked at you? He spent last night at my place. If I were you, I'd find a rope and end it already. You're nothing but a mistress. Shortly after, a photo popped up on her phone, a serene image of Fu Yechuan sleeping soundly. Su Nan felt a crushing weight settle in her chest. All the love she had quietly nurtured during those humiliating years shattered like glass. A legitimate Mrs. Fu, she thought bitterly, yet I'm branded with such degrading words. Her phone rang suddenly. Answering it, she was met with her mother-in-law's blunt, commanding tone. Su Nan, did you forget what day it is? The housekeeper's off today. Hurry up and come over to cook. Without saying a word, Su Nan hung up. That was it. The breaking point. I gave up my family, my friends, and endured 3 years of this marriage. No matter how critical or dismissive Fu's family was, treating me like a servant, I put up with it all for Fu Yechuan. And Qiao Wanru? This wasn't her first attempt to provoke me, but that photo was the final straw, trampling my pride completely. My marriage is a joke. And jokes eventually end. Su Nan opened her chat with Fu Yechuan and, without hesitation, typed a single line. Let's get a divorce. Almost immediately, his call came through. She could practically feel his anger seething through the phone. Su Nan, what nonsense is this? How much do you want? Name your price. The doctor says she's in critical condition. Su Nan cut him off, her head swimming from exhaustion. Her voice was hoarse, low, and icy. Fu Yechuan, meet me at the Civil Affairs office in an hour, or let her die. Your choice. She hung up before he could respond. A moment later, her phone buzzed with another notification, a bank transfer for 1 million yuan. Su Nan let out a bitter laugh as tears began streaming down her face, unstoppable and silent. An hour later, Fu Yechuan arrived, radiating a cold and unapproachable aura. His face was expressionless, his gaze sharp and icy. What exactly are you dissatisfied with? He asked, his tone laced with irritation. I know you've donated more blood this month, but I've already compensated you. Su Nan didn't even bother responding to his accusations. Let's get a divorce. Fu Yechuan's expression darkened, his patience visibly wearing thin. You really think you're irreplaceable? Fine. Su Nan, don't regret this. In just a few minutes, their 3-year marriage ended abruptly. When Su Nan held the divorce papers in her hand, her heart trembled for a fleeting moment. But she quickly masked it with a calm smile. My only regret is marrying you 3 years ago, she said, her voice steady. Fu Yechuan didn't offer any words of consolation. He didn't even spare her a glance. Let's go. To the hospital, he commanded, still viewing her as nothing more than a utility. Su Nan raised her head slightly, her gaze meeting his. Fu Yechuan, even if she dies in front of me, I won't waste another drop of my blood on her. His face darkened further, as if struck by a sharp blade. You're cursing her? Don't forget, the condition for marrying into the Fu family was that you'd always be ready to donate blood. Su Nan's heart ached, as if pierced by a dagger. She realized then and there she had always been nothing more than a walking blood bank for Qiao Wanru. Fu Yechuan, I don't covet the title of Mrs. Fu. Rest assured, this will be the last time I donate blood, she said coldly, before turning on her heel and walking away. As he watched her leave, Fu Yechuan's brow furrowed, an inexplicable irritation welling up inside him. Forget it. When she has nowhere else to go, she'll come crawling back, he thought dismissively. On the other side, a group of nurses hovered around Qiao Wanru, carefully asking if she felt any discomfort. The moment Su Nan entered the room, Qiao Wanru's eyes flickered with a calculated glint before quickly morphing into an expression of joy. Su Nan, you're finally here. You're not mad at me, are you? I'm really sorry to keep troubling you because of my poor health. I've been so worried about your own well-being. Su Nan strode over with long, determined steps, her expression cold and unyielding. The text, you sent it, didn't you? Before Qiao Wanru could utter a word, Su Nan raised her hand and slapped her across the face with force. The sound of the slap reverberated through the room. Qiao Wanru gasped in shock. Fu Yechuan demanded, his voice low and heavy. He stared at the photo in his hand, his expression dark and brooding. He recalled his long day at the hospital visiting Qiao Wanru yesterday and the brief moment he had dozed off. It must have been then that someone secretly took the photo. Su Nan's smile was faint but chilling, and her voice was colder than ice. Qiao Wanru, you're the one who destroyed my family. That makes you the real mistress here. Satisfied now? Well, let me wish you all the success in taking my place. Even an idiot could figure out how Su Nan got her hands on the photo. Fu Yechuan's chest tightened as if weighed down by a heavy stone, his expression growing darker and more complicated. Panic flashed across Qiao Wanru's face. She hurriedly stammered in defense, Yechuan, Su Nan has misunderstood. I didn't do anything. I swear this wasn't me. Someone must have framed me. Maybe it's because Su Nan donated blood to me, it's caused tension between you two, but I swear I had no idea. I'll even swear on Cheng Heng's name if I have to. Hearing the name Cheng Heng, Fu Yechuan's brows furrowed slightly. He thought of his comrade-in-arms who had fought by his side and made a dying request. His stern expression softened a bit. He spoke, his tone subdued. Su Nan overreacted earlier. She shouldn't have hit you. We'll call a doctor to check on you. Qiao Wanru clutched the side of her face where Su Nan's slap still stung but forced a small, forgiving smile. It's all right. I'm fine. Fu Yechuan shifted his gaze to Su Nan. Her lips curled in a mocking smile, her face devoid of emotion, cold and distant. An inexplicable feeling rose in his heart. This is why you divorced me, he asked after a brief pause, his voice laced with something he himself couldn't place. But after a 2-second hesitation, he shook his head. Forget it. Let's deal with the blood transfusion first. Qiao Wanru's health comes first. We can discuss the photo later. Seeing that Fu Yechuan didn't press the issue further, Qiao Wanru finally let out a sigh of relief. She knew she had dodged a bullet. Fu Yechuan had chosen her once again. Su Nan had anticipated this outcome. Qiao Wanru's acting skills were practically Oscar-worthy, but Su Nan was too tired to expose her lies or get tangled in their drama. Instead, she turned to the doctor with a cold gaze. Are you certain she needs a blood transfusion? The doctor froze momentarily, catching the silent signal from Qiao Wanru's anxious expression. Under Fu Yechuan's intimidating stare, the doctor nervously nodded. Miss Qiao just fell. Her leg is seriously injured and requires immediate rest. Fu Yechuan's voice was frosty as he commanded, then what are you waiting for? At that moment, from an angle others couldn't see, Qiao Wanru gave Su Nan a smug, triumphant smile. But this time, Su Nan didn't obediently comply as she used to. Instead, she strode forward with icy determination and abruptly pulled back Xiao Wanru's blanket, her movements sharp and commanding. Su Nan didn't care about Xiao Wanru's embarrassment. She stared at the bandaged wound on her leg, ignoring Xiao Wanru's feeble struggles as she tore off the bandages. Her gaze fell on the barely scratched wound beneath. A deep, mocking smile curved her lips. So severe, huh? Not a drop of blood in sight. If I'd arrived any later, this might have completely healed. Xiao Wanru shuddered as her eyes met Fu Yichuan's deep, piercing gaze. Panic surged as she stammered, scrambling for an explanation. The tension in the room plummeted to freezing levels. Su Nan let out a cold laugh. Injured every couple of months, huh? You're so fragile. Maybe Fu Yichuan should marry someone else to be your personal blood bank. With that, she turned and walked out without a backward glance. The moment Su Nan stepped out of the room, her legs gave out and she sank into a chair in the hallway. Her body felt weak, as though all her strength had been drained. For a brief moment, she felt utterly abandoned by the world, drowning in bitterness and injustice. Tears slipped silently down Su Nan's face as she mustered all her strength to pull out her phone and make a call. Her voice was choked and weary, filled with exhaustion. The person on the other end sighed softly the moment they heard her, their tone indulgent. "Stay there. I'm coming to get you." 15 minutes later, a group of mysterious men in black arrived. Among them was a cool, aristocratic man who silently carried the unconscious Su Nan in his arms and swiftly departed without attracting attention. Back in the hospital room, Fu Yichuan pulled the attending doctor aside, his tone sharp and cutting. "A leg injury this minor requires a transfusion? Is this what you call professional expertise?" The doctor trembled under his oppressive glare and dared not conceal anything further. Stammering, he confessed everything Xiao Wanru had instructed him to do. He added, "Every time there's been a transfusion, you were present, and we acted under orders." In that moment, a trace of guilt surfaced in Fu Yichuan's heart. "Have I been too indulgent with Xiao Wanru?" He frowned deeply, muttering to himself, "It seems Su Nan's insistence on divorce stemmed from a misunderstanding about my relationship with Xiao Wanru. If that's the case, clearing it up should make divorce unnecessary. If she minds, I can always keep my distance from Xiao Wanru." With that thought, he took out his phone to call Su Nan, but was met with the cold automated response, "The number you have dialed is currently unavailable." Fu Yichuan's brow furrowed as frustration bubbled within him. He summoned the bodyguard stationed at the entrance. 10 minutes later, one of them returned, visibly nervous. "We couldn't locate Madam. 10 minutes ago, the surveillance system was hacked, and we're unable to determine her whereabouts." His frown deepened as his thoughts turned to the moment she had signed the divorce papers without hesitation. An indescribable emotion churned within him. She left with nothing to her name. After the divorce, where could she possibly go? The thought of how easily she had walked away only made Fu Yichuan's restlessness grow stronger, his frustration gnawing at him. He immediately instructed everyone to search for her and to notify him the moment she was found. When Su Nan opened her eyes again, she found herself in the familiar, luxurious room she hadn't seen in years. Tears began to stream down her face uncontrollably. "Finally, I'm back. But why am I crying? It's just a divorce. Is there anything the Su family can't provide for me?" A raspy yet strong voice interrupted her thoughts. "What's with the tears? You think the Su family can't support you?" Su Nan turned her head to see Suifeng, the formidable patriarch of the Su family, who could make the entire Shiqing tremble with a stomp of his foot. Her eyes stung even more as she looked at him. The moment he approached, she flung herself into his arms, sobbing hysterically. Suifeng let out a deep sigh. His expression was a mix of heartache and frustration. "This daughter of mine has never suffered even the slightest grievance growing up, yet she gave up her rightful inheritance as the heir of a wealthy family for that Fu Yichuan. She let them mistreat her in that house. If it weren't for the agreement we made, I'd have crushed him already and beaten that brat to avenge my daughter." The two had gradually lost touch. Suddenly, Su Nan remembered she still had some personal documents left at the Fu family home. Determined to retrieve them, she prepared to head over. Qin Yu immediately volunteered to go along, eager to support her friend. But neither of them expected to bump into Fu Yechuan's mother, Chu Qing, the moment they arrived. Chu Qing had a notorious habit of dropping by unannounced and acting as if she owned the place. When she saw Su Nan returning with a stranger in tow, her expression darkened. Shooting them a disdainful look, she snapped, "Haven't I told you before? The Fu family has many confidential documents. You can't just bring random people into our home. When will you ever learn?" Hearing this, Qin Yu immediately bristled. She stepped forward, unafraid. "Who are you calling random? Look at you, throwing shade like a pro at your age. Are you seriously insulting the eldest daughter of the Su family, someone raised in absolute luxury?" Chu Qing let out a scornful laugh, her eye sweeping disdainfully over Qin Yu. "Don't think a knockoff designer outfit can disguise you as someone from high society. Women like you, dreaming of marrying into wealth, are a dime a dozen. Pathetic." Su Nan's face darkened. "This is my friend. Please show some respect." Chu Qing sneered, her tone sharp. "Respect? You've always been spineless in front of me, never daring to say a word back. And now you've got the nerve to talk back in front of an outsider? You've been living off the Fu family for 3 years, eating and drinking like a queen, but don't forget where you came from, just a dirt farmer's daughter. And you," she snapped, pointing at Qin Yu, "where did this wild girl come from? Let me teach you some manners today." With that, she raised her hand, ready to strike Qin Yu. But Qin Yu was faster. She stepped forward, deflecting the attack with a smooth motion, sending Chu Qing stumbling backward onto the couch. Leaning in with a smirk, Qin Yu jabbed a finger in Chu Qing's direction. "A nouveau riche like you, just another vulgar show-off with a bit of money. If it weren't for Su Nan, I wouldn't even bother stepping into this filthy place. I'd be worried your floors would dirty my shoes." Chu Qing was trembling with fury, but no words came out. Instead, she turned her anger toward Su Nan. "Do you believe I won't throw you out of this house?" But Su Nan didn't flinch. Gone was the woman who once groveled for approval. With a calm, emotionless expression, she said, "No need to throw me out. I'll take my things and leave myself." She headed upstairs to the bedroom without another glance. As she walked away, Su Nan reflected bitterly, "I was such a fool before, giving up my dignity for a man and enduring humiliation from this woman who sees herself as the queen of high society. Never again." Meanwhile, downstairs, the tension between Chu Qing and Qin Yu was palpable. The two were locked in a glaring match when Su Nan returned with her belongings. Just as she was about to leave, Chu Qing's shrill voice cut through the air. "I'll make sure Yechuan hears about today. Don't think you'll get off that easy. Even if you beg me on your knees, I'll still kick you out." Su Nan's steps faltered for a brief moment before she calmly walked out the door. Looking back at Chu Qing with a mocking expression, Su Nan said coldly, "Oh, I forgot to tell you. Yechuan and I are already divorced. Even if you cried and begged me on your knees, I wouldn't step foot in this place again." With that, she left without a trace of hesitation. That evening, when Fu Yechuan came home from work, Chu Qing wasted no time. "Did you divorce Su Nan?" she asked, her tone smug. Fu Yechuan frowned. "How do you know? Did you see her?" Hearing this, Chu Qing's excitement bubbled over. Wonderful! She never deserved to be part of the Fu family anyway. A wild chicken trying to become a phoenix? Ridiculous! I've disliked her from the start. The farther away she stays, the better. Fu Yechuan cut her off, clearly irritated. "Where is she?" Chu Qing scoffed. "She came back to pick up her things and left. I should check to see if she stole anything on her way out. You should check your room too. Oh, by the way, you didn't give her a lot of money during the divorce, did you?" she added. "Not a single cent," Fu Yechuan replied curtly. He was taken aback by his mother's harsh attitude toward Su Nan. He had always assumed Su Nan got along well with his family, but now he wondered if his mother's animosity had played a role in the divorce. After a long pause, Fu Yechuan found himself in the marital bedroom, a room he had barely entered during their marriage. His eyes landed on the cabinet. The card he used to deposit money into Su Nan's account every month was still there, but her personal documents were gone. A faint sense of suffocation settled in his chest, the unease gnawing at him. Just then, Chu Qing stormed in, furious. The necklace from the safe is missing, the one worth 10 million. Su Nan must have stolen it. Gifted her any jewelry. The realization left a bitter taste in his mouth. However, Chu Qing wasn't ready to let Su Nan off the hook. Fine, I won't call the police, but don't worry, I have other ways to deal with her, she sneered. Meanwhile, when they arrived home, Qin Yu was still ranting about Su Nan's ex-mother-in-law. But suddenly, she froze mid-rant. Su Nan, puzzled, followed her gaze and saw Su Jin, who rarely had time for personal visits, sitting casually on the sofa. Beaming with excitement, Su Nan darted over to hug him and playfully pouted, "Why did you leave right after dropping me off last time?" Su Jin, looking helpless yet amused, let her sway him back and forth. "I had an important meeting to attend. As soon as it ended, I rushed back." He handed her a limited edition gift, not yet released to the public, causing her eyes to light up with joy. Knowing Qin Yu was also present, Su Jin had prepared something for her too. Qin Yu blushed as she accepted the gift, softly thanking him, but Su Nan didn't miss the subtle shift in Qin Yu's expression. Her mind buzzed, imagining countless future scenarios. Before leaving, Su Jin turned to Su Nan. "You'll be coming with me to the office for the next few days." Su Nan groaned internally but knew there was no escape. Reluctantly, she nodded. That night, Su Nan was abruptly woken by a call from Qin Yu, whose tone was nothing short of explosive. "The Fu family is unbelievable. Even after the divorce, they're still scheming against you. They're accusing you of stealing some necklace and threatening to call the police unless you return it by tomorrow." Hearing this, Su Nan's heart sank slightly. Without hesitation, she grabbed her phone and started investigating online. Sure enough, Su Nan's status as the Fu family's ex-wife caused a sensation on social media. The Fu Corporation released a public statement accusing her of stealing the expensive piece of jewelry, Dreamscape, after their divorce, claiming it reflected her poor character. Qin Yu was livid, ranting non-stop. "Do they think you've never seen money before?" "The nerve," she fumed. Online comments poured in, turning the tide of public opinion against Su Nan. People labeled her a gold digger and a disgrace, eager to drown her in criticism. Su Nan calmly explained to Qin Yu, "I've only seen that set of jewelry once. Fu Yechuan kept it locked in the safe, and I never even knew the combination. I never asked for it either." After a few words, Su Nan hung up. The Fu family's blatant attack left her no choice but to fight back. "Since they don't care about appearances, why should I?" she thought. Without delay, she called her eldest brother. "Who manages the entertainment company under my name?" Su Jin hesitated for a moment. "Lu Yang. I'll have him handle the online drama right away." "No need," Su Nan replied firmly. "I'll deal with it myself. If they want a showdown, I'll give them one." By the next morning, Su Nan was public enemy number one. The scandal had snowballed overnight. But at precisely 8 a.m., she logged into her Weibo account and dropped a bombshell, 2 photos and a concise statement. One photo featured Fu Yechuan and Qiao Wanru looking suspiciously close, clear evidence of their affair. The other exposed his family's scandalous overseas gambling habits. Additionally, it revealed that Fu Yingying was the one who had taken the jewelry set. Her post read, "I must have been blind to marry Fu Yechuan in the first place." The gossip frenzy exploded. Her rebuttal was sharp and irrefutable, with no wasted words. The photo, implying infidelity as the real cause of their divorce, turned the tables. The Fu family became the target of public outrage, dragged into a scandal they couldn't shake off. Fu Yechuan never expected so much to happen overnight. Early in the morning, he stormed into his office with a dark expression. "Who authorized posting that message from the company account?" he demanded. His assistant, Chen Mion, stood trembling. "It was your mother," he stammered. "She gave the orders overnight and said you were informed." Hearing this, Fu Yechuan slammed his hand on the desk with a loud bang. "Since when does she call the shots around here? Get it taken down immediately." Chen Mion braced himself and replied cautiously. President Liu of Heiress Entertainment issued a statement that the post has to stay up for 24 hours. No one dares to override him. Heiress Entertainment was the top player in the industry, commanding respect and fear alike. Fu Yechuan's face darkened even more. "I didn't know Su Nan was this capable," he muttered, his gaze landing on the official statement. The words "a public notice to Mr. Fu" at the top made his blood boil. Does Su Nan think I benefited from all of this? Just then, his phone rang abruptly. He picked it up, only to hear his father's voice, heavy with barely restrained fury. "Get Su Nan to take down those posts immediately. Have we not lost enough face already?" Before he could respond, Chu Qing snatched the phone. "Yechuan, bring that woman back here. How dare she do something like this? I'll teach her a lesson myself." Fu Yechuan shot to his feet, his voice low but commanding. What did she do wrong? Clearly, it was Ying who took a dreamscape, he continued coldly, so why frame Su Nan? If she hadn't uncovered where a dreamscapes went, would she have had to take the fall for this? Fury surged through him as he clenched his fist and slammed it against the floor-to-ceiling glass. The sound reverberated through the room. He responded without any emotion. Chu Qing thought bitterly. Does he really have no true Nan? Chen Mion hesitated before replying. We've investigated, but it seems Miss Su isn't in City A. We haven't been able to track her. Keep looking, Fu Yechuan ordered firmly. Afterward, he clicked on Su Nan's homepage, his fingers moving almost involuntarily. Her social media was filled with memories of their time together. For the first time, he realized their 3-year marriage wasn't as empty as he'd thought. Post after post painted a picture of a woman who had poured her heart into their life, yet he had never understood her, never shared in her joys. Each post featured Mr. Fu as its subject, and his chest felt hollow, as if a part of him was missing. But just as he tried to read further, the page froze. When he refreshed it, all the posts had vanished. The account no longer exists. She had deleted everything, erasing their 3 years together as if they had never happened. A heavy weight settled in his chest. His gaze turned stormy, his heart clenched as though someone had grabbed it and squeezed hard. Even if I have to search every corner of the earth, he muttered through gritted teeth, I will find her. A month later, at a high-profile business gala, Fu Yechuan entered with a commanding presence, accompanied by his partner Qiao Wanru, making a grand appearance. For the past month, even if I had been seriously ill, Yechuan wouldn't have spared me a glance. But fortunately, his divorce now. After waiting so long, I finally got my chance. Qiao Wanru thought. As the host came over to greet and shake hands with President Fu, opening the door with a sharp, practiced motion that immediately drew everyone's attention. No way. Isn't Su Jin famously indifferent to women, whispered one onlooker. If he's bringing a companion, just who is important enough for him to personally escort her? The answer came a moment later when a woman stepped out of the car. Gasps rippled through the crowd and should be scared, it's not me. When Su Jin finally stood before Fu Yechuan, the two men exuded equally formidable auras, their silent confrontation crackling with tension. The two men shook hands, but Fu Yechuan's gaze never strayed far from the woman standing beside Su Jin. She seemed like a completely different person, unrecognizable from the one he once knew. Over the past month, she'd vanished without a trace, leaving him with questions he couldn't shake. And now? Seeing her with Su Jin sparked an unexplainable storm of emotions in him, the dark depths of his eyes swirling with anger even he couldn't fully comprehend. Qiao Wanru, however, didn't miss the fleeting shock that crossed Fu Yechuan's face. She clenched her teeth in frustration before snapping sharply, Su Nan, what are you doing here? This isn't a place for someone like you. Her words dripped with condescension, a blatant reminder of Su Nan's supposed unworthiness. But before Fu Yechuan could stop her, Su Jin's cold voice cut through the tension. "And may I ask which prominent family Miss Chiao hails from?" His polite distance barely concealed his disdain. Caught off guard, Chiao Wanru faltered, assuming Su Nan must have latched onto some powerful backer. After all, who would take interest in a divorced woman? Emboldened, she added, "Sir, perhaps you're unaware, Su Nan just divorced Yechuan not long ago." Su Jin's response was immediate, his tone sharp and unapologetic. "And who says divorced women can't attend? Didn't President Fu also show up?" Chiao Wanru flashed at the veiled jab, her confidence unraveling under the weight of Su Jin's icy retort. Su Nan, on the other hand, allowed a faint, mocking smile to grace her lips. "Whether I should be here or who I'm with, do I really need to explain myself to you, Miss Chiao? You sure seem awfully concerned about things that aren't your business." Her words struck like a whip, and murmurs erupted among the crowd. "So this is the infamous mistress from all those rumors, and Fu Yechuan brought her here?" Hearing the whispers, Chiao Wanru stiffened, awkwardly tucking a loose strand of hair behind her ear as if seeking some relief. Herself into the water with a splash. The sound of her fall immediately caught the attention of everyone inside, prompting startled cries. "Someone fell into the pool!" the crowd exclaimed. Su Nan watched the scene unfold with a cold sneer, a vivid memory of a banquet 3 years ago flashing through her mind. It was right after her marriage to Fu Yechuan, and an eerily similar scene had played out. "Su Nan, I won't congratulate you on your marriage," Chiao Wanru had said back then, her voice dripping with malice. "After all, Yechuan doesn't love you. He only married you so you'd always be around to entertain me. You'll never be happy together. Don't believe me? Just watch." With that, she had thrown herself into the pool. Without a second thought, Fu Yechuan had jumped in to rescue her. Chiao Wanru had made her point crystal clear. Now, 3 years later, history repeated itself. Once again, Fu Yechuan didn't hesitate, diving into the pool to pull Chiao Wanru out. As she curled up pitifully in his arms, he asked urgently, "Wanru, are you okay?" The so-called damsel in distress clung to him, her voice soft and pitiful. "Don't blame Su Nan, Yechuan. She didn't mean to push me. I tried to apologize, but she wouldn't forgive me. She's still mad at me." Fu Yechuan's dark eyes turned cold as he shot a sharp look at Su Nan. Meeting his gaze head-on, Su Nan smirked with mocking disdain. She pulled this exact stunt before. "Are you seriously falling for it again?" Chiao Wanru wasn't about to waste the opportunity to clear her name. She suddenly stood up from Fu Yechuan's arms and grabbed Su Nan's arm, feigning grievance. "I know you don't like me, but Yechuan always gave you money whenever you donated blood. What more could you want? Why are you still clinging to him after the divorce and slandering me? You went through all this trouble just to crash the banquet? Still can't let go, huh?" The crowd watched the trio with puzzled expressions. Everyone was familiar with the infamous Fu family drama. Could it be that the ex-wife wasn't as innocent and pure as the rumors claimed? Before anyone could recover from their shock, Su Nan grabbed Chiao Wanru by the arm and dragged her toward the edge of the pool. In Su Nan's grip, Chiao Wanru was as helpless as a frightened chick, unable to resist. "If I'm being blamed for something I didn't do, I might as well do it." Su Nan's voice was calm, but her eyes gleamed with an icy sharpness. Then, with a hard shove, Chiao Wanru tumbled into the pool with a loud splash. The crowd gasped collectively. Su Nan's chilling indifference sent shivers down their spines. Chiao Wanru floundered in the shallow pool. As she tried to climb out, a sudden chill washed over her again. This time, it wasn't water but half a glass of wine poured directly over her head. The rich aroma of wine filled the air as it dripped from her soaked hair. Su Nan's gaze was cold, her tone dripping with sarcasm. "Consider this a little bonus, on the house." Without another glance, Su Nan turned and left, disappearing from everyone's sight. The onlookers exchanged uneasy glances. Their previous sympathy for Chiao Wanru evaporated. Instead, disdain filled their gazes as the truth became clearer: the victim act was nothing but a sham. A self-directed, self-performed charade. At this moment, Qiao Wanru's dignity was nowhere to be found. She glanced cautiously at Fu Yechuan, her heart seething with hatred toward Su Nan. Ever since Su Nan appeared, she had stolen Fu Yechuan's attention and overshadowed her completely. Fu Yechuan withdrew his gaze, his expression cold as he looked at the trembling woman before him. "You fell in on your own, didn't you?" Qiao Wanru's face turned pale with panic. "Of course not. How could I falsely accuse Su Nan? You saw it, she's gone mad trying to get revenge on us." "Yechuan, if you don't believe me, surely you believe Cheng Heng, don't you?" Fu Yechuan studied her deeply, his piercing gaze making her freeze. After a long pause, he finally spoke, "Let me take you home." Relieved, Qiao Wanru barely nodded before a voice from the crowd interrupted, "Look upstairs." Everyone's eye shifted to the second floor. Standing there, nonchalantly, was Su Nan, a large crocodile leather bag resting by her side. Calmly and without hesitation, Su Nan began tossing wads of cash down from the balcony. Her voice rang out, icy and unwavering, "Fu Yechuan, this is the payment you gave me every time I donated blood in the past 3 years. Now I'm returning all of it to you. From this moment on, we're even." Her words were decisive, cutting through the air like a blade. Fu Yechuan's emotions were a stormy mess, his mood growing increasingly complicated. Everyone present could see through the situation now. Just moments ago, Qiao Wanru had painted Su Nan as someone desperate for money, but Su Nan's actions had shattered that narrative entirely, leaving Qiao Wanru's lies exposed. Qiao Wanru bit her lip hard, her entire body trembling. "This woman, she's my nemesis." Yet, with a sudden shift in demeanor, she turned to Fu Yechuan and said in a soft, pitiful tone, "Su Nan must still be upset with me. Let's just leave, okay?" Fu Yechuan pried Qiao Wanru's hand off him. "Go wait for me at the entrance," he ordered coldly, then strode off in the direction Su Nan had gone. As he entered the banquet hall, his gaze landed on Su Nan seated in a corner booth. She sat there casually, her foot propped up as the famous Su Jin knelt beside her, gently massaging the ankle that had been chafed red by her high heels. The sight struck a nerve. Fu Yechuan's eyes darkened, narrowing sharply as both Su Nan and Su Jin noticed his approach. Su Jin, ever unbothered, slid closer to Su Nan and pulled her protectively into his embrace. With a taunting smile, he said, "President Fu, instead of comforting your own family, you still have time to come here and settle scores?" Fu Yechuan's brow furrowed as a chilly aura surrounded him. His cold gaze locked onto Su Jin's hand, resting so intimately on Su Nan's shoulder. His tone dropped to an icy growl. "Su Nan, if you have grievances, you can direct them at me. But you owe Wanru an apology." Su Nan met his gaze with a smirk, her voice laced with amusement. "And if I don't apologize? What, are you going to throw me into the water too?" Her mockery fueled the fire of his irritation. Fu Yechuan felt an inexplicable surge of anger. "For the sake of our marriage, I advise you to show a little kindness." At this, Su Nan let out a cold laugh, her retort cutting through the air. "President Fu, you clearly don't know me. I've always been cruel by nature." Fu Yechuan was at a loss for words, the sharpness of her response leaving him momentarily speechless. Yet, the reality of their divorce lingered between them, restraining him from reprimanding her further. His voice cooled further. "Do whatever you want," he muttered, turning on his heel to leave. His initial intention of explaining his relationship with Qiao Wanru now felt pointless. Su Nan's smile faded slowly as the confrontation ended. Su Jin gave her a comforting pat on the shoulder. "Still into him, little sis?" Su Nan scoffed, her tone dripping with disdain. "I don't make the same mistake twice. Cruel, remember?" On the way back, when Fu Yechuan's car stopped at a red light, a massive electronic screen nearby displayed a looped recording of the earlier incident by the pool. Though there was no sound, the visuals were crystal clear. Su Nan hadn't even touched Qiao Wanru, who had jumped into the pool entirely of her own accord. Fu Yechuan's gaze was riveted to the screen, his eyes dark and unreadable. His expression grew even more complicated. So this is Su Nan's response to me? And to think just minutes ago, I went to ask her to apologize. Suddenly, a loud bang shattered the silence as he slammed the car door shut. Standing outside the car, his voice was chillingly cold. You'll be on a plane to F country tomorrow morning. Qiao Wanru's face turned pale as she desperately pleaded from inside the car. Yet Fu Yechuan's fury simmered without an outlet. If this incident was a lie, then what about the last 3 years? Was anything real? Just then, a sleek sports car pulled up nearby. The driver rolled down the window and waved at him. Hey, brother Yechuan. What are you doing out here alone? Need a ride? It was Lu Qi, who had also attended the banquet earlier. Finding the event dull after Fu Yechuan left, he decided to follow. Glancing toward him, Lu Qi's curiosity got the better of him. So, what's the deal between Su Nan and Su Jin from Shiqing? They looked awfully close tonight. Honestly, with her background, marrying you was already a stretch, and now she has the audacity to target Wanru? We're all offended on your behalf. Hearing Lu Qi's flippant comments, Fu Yechuan felt a twinge of discomfort and coldly interrupted him. Lu Qi pouted, assuming his bad mood was to blame, and suggested grabbing a drink instead. Without a word, Fu Yechuan reluctantly agreed. A few days later, Su Nan was appointed as a deputy general manager, parachuting into the company's upper management. However, to secure her footing in the group, she couldn't immediately announce her status as the heir. She had to prove her abilities first. To assist her, Su Jin assigned his trusted aide, Yu Lu, to serve as her secretary and urged her to brush up on her skills to truly establish herself within the company. When Su Nan heard her eldest brother had lent her his confidant, she was slightly surprised. Chu Qing, unable to contain herself, shouted, "Manager! Does your restaurant let just any trash walk in?" And Fu Yingying, whose reputation had been ruined after Su Nan exposed her for stealing family jewelry, was now a laughingstock among her social circle. Seeing Su Nan in the restaurant ignited her rage. She wanted nothing more than to slap Su Nan across the face and vent her frustration, so she called for someone to throw Su Nan out. The approaching manager froze upon recognizing Su Jin. Quickly, he bowed respectfully in greeting. Displeased, Fu Yingying frowned and snapped, "Didn't you hear what I said? Throw them out." Chu Qing chimed in, her gaze full of disdain as she scrutinized Su Nan. A woman kicked out by the Fu family, what right does she have to show up here? Su Jin snorted coldly. Kicked out? When did the Fu family become so shameless, flipping the truth like this? Impressive. Fu Yingying, oblivious to the weight of the situation, barked orders. What are you waiting for? I don't want to see her here. Get rid of her now. The manager's face darkened. Calmly, he stated, Ms. Su is the restaurant's largest shareholder. If you two don't wish to see her, you're welcome to leave. His words left Chu Qing and Fu Yingying frozen in shock. Su Nan, however, chuckled softly. It's just a meal. Why make such a scene? Thinking Su Nan had backed down, Fu Yingying sneered smugly. At least you know your place. No matter who you cling to, the Fu family doesn't need you. I can make sure you can't stay in a city with a snap of my fingers. Su Nan's lips curled into a faint smile. Oh? Then what do you propose? Fu Yingying pulled out a chair and plopped down. Pour me a glass of wine and apologize. Maybe I'll let it slide this time. After all, you're used to serving people, aren't you? With a practiced ease, Su Nan poured a glass of wine and walked over. Fu Yingying smirked arrogantly, reaching for the glass, only to feel a sudden chill as the wine was unceremoniously poured over her head. Before Fu Yingying could scream, she tried to stand, but Su Nan's firm grip pressed her back into the chair. Leaning in, Su Nan spoke coldly, "If you dare insult me again, I'll show you who truly won't be able to survive in this city." As Su Nan walked away with a cool and confident demeanor, Fu Yingying stood frozen, her face pale with shock. Chu Qing, meanwhile, was loudly cursing on the side, ordering the manager and staff to clean up the mess. In no time, Su Nan, now under the manager's guidance, was escorted to another VIP room, yanked her arm free with a sharp motion. Fu Yingying, unaccustomed to being treated with such disrespect, refused to back down. This shameless woman dared to lay hands on me. I demand justice. She should pay for what she's done. Fu Yichuan turned to his sister, his voice steady. What do you want? Smirking triumphantly, Fu Yingying glanced at Su Nan. Make her kneel and apologize to me. Su Nan let out a laugh, her voice laced with mockery. Kneel? That's what you're dreaming of, isn't it? I used to take the blame whenever you stirred up trouble, but not this time. If you're so confident, why don't you check the security footage first and get your facts straight, President Fu? Su Jin couldn't help but speak up. Miss Fu, if you're so keen on bullying others, you should be prepared to face the consequences. And let's not forget your rude remarks earlier. Don't you owe Su Nan an apology? Fu Yingying instantly felt a pang of guilt, but quickly retorted, I didn't do anything wrong. Besides, wasn't it her who slandered me online before, stealing Dreamscape and making my friends mock me? That's my family's stuff. How could it be called stealing? All I did was call her out, and she dares to fight back? Su Nan chuckled, her tone dripping with sarcasm. Oh, so you expect people to just take insults lying down? That was the old Su Nan. Miss Fu, perhaps it's time you learn to respect others. Otherwise, there'll be a next time. Also, the restaurant surveillance footage is permanently stored. President Fu, feel free to check it anytime. With that, Su Jin graciously opened the car door for Su Nan, and they drove off. Fu Yichuan watched Su Jin's car disappear into the distance, his mind swirling. Before the divorce, she used to tread carefully around me. Now she's a completely different person, so unpredictable. But Fu Yingying wasn't about to let it go so easily. Su Nan humiliating me is the same as humiliating the Fu family. Has she forgotten who clothed and fed her these past 3 years? She's clearly overdue for some discipline. Unable to tolerate her tantrum any longer, Fu Yichuan snapped and scolded her. He then sternly reminded her, the jewelry in the safe was meant for Su Nan. Why did you take it without permission? Fu Yingying bristled. I'm your sister. Are you seriously nitpicking over a piece of jewelry? Besides, it's not like Su Nan has any grand events to wear such luxurious accessories to. Why shouldn't I take it? Fu Yichuan didn't want to waste words and headed straight for the surveillance footage. However, one sentence stopped him in his tracks, though, do you not trust your own sister? Look how close that man is to her. Maybe she's been cheating on you for ages. She's probably even using your money to pamper that pretty boy. Fu Yichuan's expression turned icy as the restaurant manager, following Su Jin's prior instructions, had the footage ready. Standing there, Yichuan's face darkened with each passing second as the video played. The footage was filled with nothing but Fu Yingying and Chu Qing's jeering and insults, while Su Nan appeared composed, as though she had grown used to it. Have they always treated her like this? He thought, shaken. How could I not know? Su Nan's calm demeanor and sharp comebacks left the two women stunned. Was this the first time she had fought back? Turning to Fu Yingying, Yichuan finally spoke, this isn't the first time you've insulted her, is it? Fu Yingying's face paled instantly, and she stammered in denial, I was just angry. She got divorced and immediately found another man. Why would I insult her otherwise? Fu Yichuan sneered, his trust in his spoiled, self-centered sister rapidly eroding. He ordered her to apologize to Su Nan. But Fu Yingying cried out indignantly, why should I apologize? She poured wine all over me first. If you make me apologize, I might as well die. Besides, Su Nan's probably using my money to spoil that guy. And who even is he? Some nobody she picked up? Yichuan's voice turned cutting. That man is Su Jin from Shiqing. You don't want to mess with him. With that, he turned and left without another word. Fu Yingying froze in place, her whole body stiffening. She hadn't met Su Jin before, but in elite social circles, his name was legendary, a single, eligible billionaire that every woman was scheming to marry. Su Nan being with Su Jin only made Fu Yingying angrier. Since her brother wasn't siding with her, she decided to call for reinforcements. She immediately dialed someone. "Lu Qi, Su Nan's bullying me. You have to help me." The next day, inside the Su Group building, Su Nan received a call from Lu Yang, the president of Heiress Entertainment. He informed her that Fu Yingying had secretly taken photos of her and asked if she wanted assistance in dealing with it. Su Nan replied with a laugh, "No need. Let her take the photos. It'll save me the cost of promoting myself." After hanging up, Su Jin asked her what the call was about. Su Nan casually repeated the conversation. Hearing this, Su Jin didn't give it much thought, dismissing such minor schemes as something well within their control. Handing Su Nan a cup of freshly brewed, aromatic coffee, Su Jin watched as she accepted it with a cheerful smile, savoring the drink. Suddenly, Su Nan remembered something. "Tomorrow I officially start at the company. Can you let Qin Yu be my assistant for a few days?" Su Jin nodded indifferently. "Sure, whatever you decide." Recalling the way Qin Yu looked at Su Jin, Su Nan enthusiastically messaged her, "It's official. You're hired for tomorrow." Qin Yu immediately replied with excitement. That evening, the two decided to celebrate at their favorite bar from the old days. Knowing Qin Yu had finally secured a position at Su Group, they ended up having a few extra drinks. At one point, Su Nan needed to use the restroom and told Qin Yu before stepping away. During her absence, a thug saw Qin Yu drinking alone and a bit tipsy. He thought it was the perfect chance to take advantage. When Su Nan returned just 2 or 3 minutes later, she saw a tall man standing next to Qin Yu. Her expression instantly darkened. Just as he was about to make his move, Su Nan caught him in the act. With a sly grin, he challenged her, "Drink this, and I'll let her go." Su Nan instantly recognized that something was off about the drink, but without hesitation, she stepped forward. A concerned woman nearby tried to stop her, warning, "He's a well-known gang leader." Su Nan just smiled, calmly resting her hand over the woman's, and reassured her, "Thanks, but don't worry." She then walked up to the thug. Confident he'd already won, he shoved Qin Yu aside. Without missing a beat, Su Nan twisted his wrist downwards, instantly disabling him. While he howled in pain, she delivered a solid kick to his back, sending him reeling. The thug hit the ground hard, curling up in pain. The bar fell into stunned silence, even the music stopped. Everyone was shocked by what just happened. In under a minute, a big, burly man had been taken down by a beautiful woman, leaving the crowd in disbelief. Su Nan hadn't fought in 3 years, but she wasn't rusty at all. Her instincts kicked in flawlessly. She glanced down at the thug writhing on the floor, then calmly walked to the bar, picked up the drink, and said, "You drinking this yourself, or should I help?" The man, groaning in agony, begged for mercy, never expecting such a huge mess. But Su Nan was unfazed. She grabbed him by the hair, forcing his head back. "Let me help you," she said, pouring the drink down his throat without spilling a drop. Dusting off her hands, she stood tall and said with cold indifference, but Su Nan remained indifferent. "Doesn't matter. If I don't look at it, I won't get mad. Now, let's get ready for work," she said casually. Qin Yu, however, was furious on her behalf. "I might have been drunk last night, but I was still aware. Su Nan acted to protect me. I can't just let this slide." As they stepped outside, a butler sent by Su Yifeng stood respectfully at the door. "Miss, the driver is waiting outside." Su Nan was stunned, being chauffeured in a Rolls-Royce to work? Way too flashy. She immediately refused, insisting she'd drive herself. Unfazed, the butler pulled out a set of keys. "Sir specifically selected several new models of Maseratis and Porsches for your garage. The Lamborghinis and Ferraris from overseas aren't here yet, so you'll have to make do for now." Qin Yu's eyes widened in shock. "Seriously? Uncle Su spoils you to no end. Millions of dollars worth of cars are just a making do?" Su Nan sighed helplessly. I'm going to work as a regular person. No need for all this attention. I'll just go with Qin Yu. The butler hesitated before bowing slightly to Qin Yu. Then I'll leave her in your care, Miss Qin. Qin Yu chuckled and patted her chest confidently. No problem. Being Su Nan's chauffeur? That's an honor. When they arrived at the company, a meeting led by Su Jin was underway to officially introduce Su Nan's appointment. The director position had been vacant for a while, with many eyeing it greedily. Now Su Nan had taken it. One of the most disgruntled individuals was Ling Shuang, a woman who thought she had the position in the bag. She stood up, her tone laced with resentment. I've been after this position for a long time. Why should someone with no qualifications take it? Su Nan, a rich housewife for 3 years, how could she possibly handle this job? Ling Shuang didn't hold back. I object. I refuse to work with someone like her. Su Jin's response was ice cold and unforgiving. Anyone unwilling can submit their resignation. I'll approve it. The room fell dead silent. Ling Shuang's face contorted in a mix of anger and embarrassment. She had fought hard to reach this level and wasn't about to give it up. Su Nan arched a brow, not wanting to become the center of conflict right away. She was about to offer Ling Shuang a way out when Ling Shuang, visibly nervous, stood and bowed slightly. Su Nan, I apologize. I acted. All this humiliation? Thanks to that inexplicable Su Nan. Qin Yu walked into Su Nan's office, grinning as she handed her phone over. Su Nan, puzzled, took it and saw the latest online buzz brewing. Qin Yu had dug up the full video from the previous night, starting from when Qin Yu was harassed by the thug leader, to Su Nan decisively stepping in and handling the situation, ending with their calm departure. The footage sparked heated discussions online. Su Nan chuckled. Honestly, she couldn't care less, it wasn't a big deal to her. Do you know who's behind all this? Su Nan shook her head, though a name flashed in her mind. That's when Qin Yu dropped the answer, Lu Qi, Fu Yechuan's close friend. Just as she suspected. Whether it was Fu Yingying or Lu Qi, they were all connected to Fu Yechuan. Since they made the first move, she'd make sure to return the favor. Qin Yu had already compiled a heap of dirt on Lu Qi and dumped it all on Su Nan's desk. Su Nan picked out a photo, Lu Qi at a party, dressed in a swimsuit, arms draped over 2 women. With a freshly created account, Su Nan posted it online with the caption, "If you want to come at me, do it openly. At least I face things head-on, unlike you using sneaky tactics. Mr. Lu, do take care of yourself." Meanwhile, over at Fu Group, Lu Qi stormed into Fu Yechuan's office, face flushed with panic. "Yechuan, your ex-wife is trying to ruin me." Lu Qi angrily shoved his phone in front of Fu Yechuan, showing him the flood of online hate comments. "She actually incited netizens to cyberbully me. This is her true nature. My wife's threatening divorce because of this. You've got to help me, Yechuan." Fu Yechuan lifted his head from his documents, taking the phone with a calm glance. He scrolled through the comments, his voice cold and measured after a while. "So, you plan to cyberbully her? And it backfired?" Lu Qi shuddered, hastily explaining, "I just wanted to teach her a little lesson. Besides, I didn't know the video was edited. The paparazzi tricked me for money, it's ruined me." Fu Yechuan tossed the phone onto the desk. "Serves you right." His tone was indifferent, but his words stung. Lu Qi, desperate, pleaded, "I was just trying to win your favor. Your sister asked me to stand up for her. Don't forget how Su Nan has been targeting us." Fu Yechuan thought back to the last incident at the restaurant. He hadn't expected Lu Qi to repeat his mistakes. He remained unmoved by Lu Qi's desperation. "This mess? You brought it on yourself. My advice? Face whoever you've wronged." Lu Qi bristled. "Why should I bow to such a deceitful woman?" Fu Yechuan wasn't interested in continuing the conversation. Before he could respond, his secretary entered, reminding him of an upcoming meeting. Without another word, Fu Yechuan stood and left, leaving Lu Qi fuming. As Fu Yechuan walked away, Lu Qi grimaced. If Su Nan dared to name me openly, she must have more dirt on me. I've got no choice. If I don't back down, I might end up losing everything, including my home. After some thought, Lu Qi decided to have the PR department issue an apology to Su Nan using his personal account. Meanwhile, at Su Corporation, Qin Yu glanced at her phone and scoffed. He didn't even last 2 hours. I thought he had some backbone, but turns out he's useless. Su Nan, however, remained indifferent to the trending buzz online. Just then, a knock came from the door. Lin Shuang entered after asking, "Miss Su, may I come in?" Su Nan nodded. Lin Shuang hesitated when she noticed Qin Yu in the room, as if the presence of a third person made it hard for her to speak openly. However, Qin Yu, lacking awareness, didn't take the hint to leave. Forcing a polite smile, Lin Shuang said, "I'm here to apologize for my outburst during this morning's meeting, Miss Su. I also wanted to help you get familiar with a project. Fingheng has a collaboration opportunity. Landing this deal will solidify your position in the company." Lin Shuang placed the documents in front of Su Nan, acting as if she was offering a huge favor. This Lin Shuang targeted me during the meeting, and now she's handing me a project. Something's definitely up. Su Nan accepted the documents, looked up with a meaningful smile, and said, "Call me Su, President Su." Lin Shuang's face stiffened. Damn it. She's lording it over me just because President Su favors her. Still, she forced a stiff smile. "I'm doing this for your benefit. Anyway, the opportunity is yours. Whether you can seize it or not is up to you." Without waiting for a response, Lin Shuang turned and left. Qin Yu, stunned by the interaction, whispered, "Is that how she talks to her superior?" Su Nan casually opened the file Lin Shuang left behind, her thoughts calm yet sharp. She thinks if it weren't for me, that position would be hers. Su Nan handed the file to Qin Yu. "I remember you have a persistent suitor, the crazy deputy director, right?" Qin Yu chuckled. "Don't worry. I'll get to the bottom of whatever shady business is behind this." Suddenly, Qin Yu pulled out her phone. "You know, back when you were still married, we used to roast Fu Yechuan in the neighborhood group chat. We didn't invite you because we didn't want to upset you. Now that you're divorced, I'm adding you in." Just then, Su Nan's phone rang. It was an old friend she hadn't heard from in a long time. "We're throwing a welcome back party for you. Meet us at the No Regrets bar." Su Nan, who missed her friends, eagerly replied, "I'm in. I'll drag Qin Yu out for a drink tonight." Later that evening, at No Regrets bar, Lu Qi rubbed his eyes in disbelief. "What the hell? How do I keep running into this woman everywhere?" Following Lu Qi's gaze, Fu Yechuan's expression shifted. Su Nan stood tall in a shimmering silver-gray gown, her high ponytail swaying. Her cool, elegant aura was dazzling. Qin Yu also noticed Fu Yechuan and Lu Qi. Though she wasn't thrilled to see them, she wasn't about to turn around and leave either. Qin Yu smirked coldly. "Lu Qi, you done putting out the fire in your backyard? Still got time for drinks? Looks like that photo didn't pack enough punch." Lu Qi wasn't one to back down. He glared at Su Nan, who stood at the center of it all, and sneered. "I underestimated you, Miss Su. You're a whole different person now. Got yourself a powerful backer, huh? Figures. Yeah, she leaned on her husband's weakness for 3 years. Now that she's divorced, of course she'll lean on her friends. Didn't you run straight to your friends when you had problems?" Qin Yu's irritation flared the moment she saw Fu Yechuan. She called out to Su Nan, "Don't waste your time with them. Let's go." Fu Yechuan watched Su Nan's figure disappear into the crowd before pulling his gaze back. Why did she come here? He thought. Well, this time, I'll make sure to clear up all those past misunderstandings.